My beloved child, listen carefully. Before you do anything else, I need you to stop. Take one slow and deep breath right now. That strange tightness in your chest is not just anxiety, and the heavy weight sitting on your shoulders every single morning is not normal stress. It is a sign. Your spirit is actively detecting a massive shift in your reality today. Do not scroll away from this message. This is not the algorithm guessing your mood, and you certainly did not find this video by coincidence at all. I routed this exact frequency to your screen today. Your soul is crying out in the dark. You are utterly exhausted. You feel completely unseen by everyone. But heaven has recorded every single silent tear you cried behind those closed doors. I know exactly how isolated you feel right now. The intense loneliness has been crushing you lately. You look around and see others moving forward, while you feel entirely stuck in one lonely place. You wonder if you did something wrong. You wonder if God has forgotten your name. But the truth about your situation is something entirely different and incredibly beautiful. The isolation you are experiencing is not a punishment. It is an urgent and divine intervention. People have walked out of your life without any explanation, and doors that seemed perfect slammed shut right in your face. You felt rejected by the entire world. But you have absolutely no idea what was actually happening behind the scenes to protect your pure energy. There is a hidden secret inside your current struggle. It is a secret so powerful that the darkness wants to keep you permanently blind to it. If you leave now, you will miss the vital answer you have been begging for. The blessing will still arrive soon, but you will not have the spiritual equipment to hold it properly. Stay with me until the very end. The enemy wants you to believe you are abandoned. They want you to feel so lonely that you settle for much less than your kingdom destiny. But I am here to tell you a massive truth. God is fiercely and madly in love with you. The overwhelming depth of this love is the exact reason for your painful separation from the noisy crowd. Think about the nights you woke up at 3 a.m. Your mind was racing with endless thoughts, and you felt a strange presence but could not understand it. You felt a deep pull in your spirit that you belong somewhere else. That was not a random physical reaction. That was the heavy gravity of divine love pulling you out of severe spiritual danger. You are a true chosen one. You are a rare soul designed for a massive kingdom purpose on this earth. And because your calling is so incredibly high, heaven had to ruthlessly remove anyone who would drain your precious light. You are not being pushed away by the cruel world. You are being divinely hidden by the Creator for a glorious future. Do you feel that slight shift in your energy right now? Pay very close attention to it. Your intuition is already confirming the absolute truth of these powerful words. The severe testing of your faith has finally come to an end, and the brutal waiting season is officially over for you. But there is a final trap you must avoid at all costs today. Right now, a spiritual block is trying to convince you to leave. A dark voice of doubt is telling you, this is just another generic internet message. Do not listen to it. If you take your eyes off this screen today, you will single-handedly delay the greatest revelation of your entire earthly life. Heaven is watching your response in this exact second. I am about to reveal exactly why the universe broke your heart. I will show you why your pure kindness was always taken for granted by toxic people. It was a rigorous training ground to prepare your spirit. And what you are about to receive next will change how you walk through this world forever. You are about to step into real power. Make a firm promise to your future self right now. Promise that you will not let this holy moment fade away into the noise. You have been running on empty for so many years. You have poured your golden heart into people who gave you nothing but pain in return. It is finally time for you to receive your divine compensation. You have absolutely no idea how deeply you are cherished. The Creator of the universe looks at you and sees a flawless masterpiece of light. Every deep scar you carry is a badge of supreme honor in the highest heavenly realms. Your silent pain has secured a generational blessing that is about to radically flood your new reality. Settle your heavy heart and prepare your anxious mind. The shocking truth about your divine isolation is about to be completely exposed. The heavy chains of misunderstanding are breaking off your life in this exact magnificent second. Breathe in the perfect peace of God. Listen closely to the greatest love letter your tired soul will ever hear today. You sit in that quiet room completely by yourself. The heavy silence feels almost deafening tonight. You look at your phone. There are no messages from the people you deeply care about. You feel entirely invisible. And when you step out into the crowded world, that deep loneliness simply follows you everywhere like a dark shadow. You are surrounded by people, but you feel completely disconnected from their reality. Let us talk about those long nights. You wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning consistently. Your mind starts racing with endless scenarios and unresolved pain. Your chest feels incredibly tight. You toss and turn while the rest of the world sleeps peacefully. People tell you it is just stress or medical insomnia. But heaven wants you to know that your spirit is actually wide awake and listening. You have given so much of your golden heart. You always showed up for them. You listened to their problems when you were silently bleeding inside, and you constantly poured your precious energy into their empty cups without ever asking for anything in return. But when your own storm finally arrived, nobody stood beside you. They walked away without a single glance. The betrayal felt like a sharp knife. You are definitely not crazy. Please hear me clearly right now. The intense pain you feel is entirely valid and deeply understood. You have spent months wondering what is inherently wrong with you. You questioned your own worth. You thought you were simply too broken to be loved properly. But the absolute truth is that your pure frequency was simply too high for their unhealed trauma to handle. Your extreme empathy has always been your greatest gift. It is the exact reason why God chose you. But lately, it has felt like a heavy curse. You walk into a room and instantly absorb the heavy atmosphere. You feel the unspoken grief of absolute strangers. This constant energetic absorption leaves you feeling completely drained by the end of every single day. You desperately need a safe place to rest. They took heavy advantage of your boundless forgiveness. You always tried to find the hidden good in toxic people. You gave them a second and a third chance when they deserved none. You compromised your own peace to keep them comfortable, and they happily drained your light until you had nothing left to give. The heavy exhaustion you feel right now is the direct result of their relentless taking. But I need you to completely reframe this painful reality today. Look closely at your current empty room. This quiet isolation is never a prison sentence handed down by a cruel universe. It is a divine energy shield. The Creator saw the hidden daggers behind their fake smiles. God deliberately removed them from your timeline to protect your ultimate destiny. You were not rejected. You were fiercely hidden. Think about the prayers you whispered in your darkest moments. You asked the universe for deep peace. You begged for true alignment. Well, the sudden loss of those superficial friendships was actually heaven answering your desperate call. God had to literally force you into this uncomfortable isolation because it was the only way to effectively break your severe addiction to their toxic validation. My beloved child, you are never truly alone. The deep ache in your soul is just your human heart grieving the old timeline. It is entirely okay to mourn the illusion of what you thought you had. Cry those heavy tears if you need to. Release the bitter disappointment right now. Every single drop of your sorrow is being collected and transformed into pure spiritual gold in the highest heavenly realms. Let us release that physical tension together. Drop your tight shoulders right now, unclench your jaw, and take one slow breath. You have been fighting this invisible war entirely by yourself for way too long, and the heavy burdens of your entire family lineage have finally exhausted your fragile spirit. It is time to put that massive weight down. You do not have to be the strong one today. You are safe here. If you can feel the powerful truth of these words settling into your tired spirit, I want you to perform a simple action. Tap the like button right now. Do it as a physical act of agreement. This small movement establishes a divine anchor. It tells the universe that you are finally ready to stop carrying the heavy guilt of your past, and it opens your hands to receive the massive blessing waiting for you. But wait. Before we go any further, I need you to fully understand something crucial about this specific pain. The intense suffering you endured over the last 12 months was incredibly precise. It hit exactly where you were most vulnerable. That is because the dark forces carefully studied your pure heart. They knew exactly which buttons to push to make you doubt the glorious love of your Creator. They wanted to break your spirit completely. They hoped that if they isolated you enough, you would simply surrender your magnificent calling. But their cruel strategy completely backfired. Instead of destroying you, the intense pressure actually crystallized your beautiful soul. You are walking out of this dark season with an unbreakable core. Your absolute darkest hour is officially over right now. Stop blaming yourself for every single thing that went wrong in your past. You have carried the heavy burden of false guilt for entirely too long, and it is actively destroying your beautiful peace. You replay the past conversations in your tired mind every single day. You constantly ask yourself if you could have loved them a little bit better. But the honest truth is that you did absolutely nothing wrong. You simply loved the wrong people with the right heart. The enemy wants you to believe that your deep empathy is a foolish weakness. They tried to convince you that being highly sensitive makes you incredibly naive, but your pure tenderness is actually a supreme weapon of light. The narcissists did not target you because you were weak, but they targeted you because your brilliant light exposed the deep darkness they desperately tried to hide from the world. Every sudden ending in your life was a divine protection protocol. Heaven deliberately slowed you down and closed those heavy doors to protect your fragile soul. You were severely delayed to keep you out of rooms you were never meant to enter. If God had given you exactly what you begged for back then, it would have completely destroyed your magnificent destiny. Your painful rejection was actually your greatest rescue. Remember those strange feelings you could not easily explain in your physical body. You felt a deep warning in your gut right before things fell apart completely. You thought you were just being paranoid or overly dramatic, but I promised to explain exactly why your intuition was screaming at you. That was the Holy Spirit actively trying to pull you away from a fatal trap before it could snap completely shut on your life. Your profound intuition was entirely accurate the whole time you were with them. You sensed their hidden betrayal long before it physically manifested in your earthly reality. You felt the subtle shifts in their dark energy, and because you are a chosen one, heaven allowed you to feel that deep discomfort so you would finally walk away. You are never crazy for seeing the hidden truth that everyone else completely ignored. You often look up at the sky and ask why it had to be you. Why did you have to endure such profound suffering while others live such simple lives? The answer is tied directly to your unique spiritual DNA. You are a powerful cycle breaker, and you were specifically sent to this chaotic earth to completely dismantle those ancient generational curses. You had to experience the deep darkness so you could finally learn how to defeat it forever. Think of a master silversmith purifying precious metal in a blazing hot fire. He does not put the silver in the intense heat to destroy it. He leaves it there just long enough to burn away all the useless impurities. This intense season of isolation was your purifying fire, and the universe was completely burning away your toxic people-pleasing habits so you could finally step into your true power today. I need you to completely forgive yourself right now for all your past mistakes. Forgive yourself for staying much longer than you actually should have. Forgive yourself for ignoring the blazing red flags because you desperately wanted to see the hidden good in them. You did the absolute best you could with the limited awareness you had at that difficult time. Your pure intentions were always beautiful in the holy eyes of your Creator. Your lonely bedroom is not a place of sad punishment. It is an exclusive training room for the master of reality. In this deep silence, God is actively rewiring your entire nervous system. He is upgrading your spiritual software to handle the massive wealth and deep love that is coming your way very soon. The heavy exhaustion you feel is just the temporary side effect of this profound internal reconstruction process. Do you understand how incredibly valuable you are to the kingdom of heaven? The elite forces of darkness spent years trying to break your beautiful spirit. They threw their absolute worst attacks at your mind and your fragile body, but you are still standing here today. You survived the brutal storm, completely alone when nobody else came to help you. You are a resilient warrior of light, and you deserve absolute respect. So please wipe your beautiful eyes right now, because the pain is ending. The heavy season of weeping is officially over. Your past pain is now your greatest spiritual asset. The exact same sensitivity that almost destroyed you will now become the powerful radar that attracts your massive kingdom wealth. But you must understand exactly how to use this new radar effectively. The hidden enemy relies on your absolute ignorance to survive. Take a very deep breath and let this ultimate truth sink deep into your spirit. You have successfully passed the hardest test of your entire earthly life. The universe is now preparing a massive table for you right in the presence of your enemies. But before we go any further, I need to reveal the exact mechanism that the darkness used to block your blessings. Listen carefully to this next part, because it changes everything. Now, I need you to pay very close attention. This is where everything finally starts to make perfect sense in your mind. You have prayed desperately for a breakthrough. You visualized your absolute success, and you tried every spiritual technique the world told you to try. But the grand miracle still felt like it was stuck behind a massive iron wall. You probably wondered if your faith was simply not strong enough to move it. Your faith was never the real problem. The delay was never caused by a lack of divine love for you. There is a precise physical mechanism that has been quietly blocking your blessings for many years. It is a hidden frequency glitch. Your beautiful spirit was constantly vibrating at the highest level of pure love, but your physical brain was entirely trapped in a lower state of constant survival. Let me explain exactly how the enemy designed this trap. They used the relentless trauma from your past relationships to keep your nervous system in a constant state of high alert. This creates a specific type of brain activity called beta waves. When your brain is constantly buzzing with these chaotic survival waves, it acts like a massive energetic shield that literally bounces your blessings away before they can reach you. Every single time you worried about your future, the enemy won a small victory. They fed off your deep anxiety. They manipulated your pure empathy to make you feel responsible for things you could never control. This constant state of heavy stress kept your brain locked in a dark frequency. The universe was desperately trying to send you massive abundance, but your receiver was entirely jammed by the loud static of your own past trauma. Think about a radio trying to catch a crystal clear signal in a very bad storm. God was broadcasting pure abundance and perfect love directly to your heart every single day. But the trauma bonds from the narcissists created so much heavy static that you could only hear absolute silence. You thought heaven was ignoring your desperate cries, but heaven was actually waiting for you to simply change the loud channel. This is the hidden reason why your miracles seemed so incredibly delayed. It was not a cruel punishment from a distant God. The universe had to wait until your spiritual receiver was fully repaired and properly tuned. If God had poured that massive kingdom wealth into your life while your mind was still operating in survival mode, you would have completely lost everything to the toxic people who were still draining you dry. But here is the most beautiful truth of all. The fact that you are listening to this specific message right now proves that the heavy static is finally clearing. Your painful season of isolation was the exact environment needed to effectively reboot your entire nervous system. The silence was necessary to reset your broken receiver. The painful delay was actually a magnificent setup for the greatest comeback of your entire life. You have done the hard internal work. You sat in the painful darkness and faced your deepest shadows completely alone. You survived the brutal nights when you thought you would literally shatter into a million pieces. Your spirit is now completely aligned with the highest frequency of divine love. The heavy iron wall that blocked your massive blessings for so long is finally starting to crack open today. Before we move forward, I need you to consciously acknowledge this massive shift. Take a deep breath right now. Feel the heavy burden lifting off your tired shoulders. Type 11 down in the comments below. Do it right now to claim this divine alignment in your physical reality. This small action actively commands your nervous system to fully accept the new frequency of pure peace and absolute victory. But wait, you must be extremely careful right now. The dark forces know that their heavy control over your life is rapidly slipping away today. They are absolutely terrified of what happens when a chosen one finally wakes up and realizes their true power. Because of this, they are preparing to launch one final desperate attack to pull you right back into the dark frequency of fear and endless anxiety. They will try to use the exact same tricks that worked on you in the past. They will send sudden waves of false guilt. They might even try to reconnect you with the toxic people you finally managed to leave behind. You must stand your ground and fiercely protect your new energy. The grand miracle you have been desperately waiting for is literally hovering right at the very edge of your new timeline. I am going to reveal exactly how they will try to trick you next. The enemy is incredibly cunning, but their ancient playbook is about to be completely exposed to the bright light. If you understand their next move, their dark weapons will become absolutely useless against your powerful spirit. Keep your eyes totally locked on this message, because the ultimate revelation is coming right now. Let us expose the exact nature of those toxic people right now. You thought they were just difficult or emotionally unavailable, and you desperately tried to fix them with your pure love. But heaven wants you to see the absolute truth today. They were never confused about how they treated you. They knew exactly what they were doing to your kind heart all along. The narcissists in your life were essentially energetic parasites. They were sent by the dark forces to drain your magnificent light because you carried a profound spiritual anointing that they desperately lacked. They saw your bright aura and wanted to consume it. They could not generate their own light, so they attached themselves to your glowing spirit. Think about how they always made you feel incredibly small. They mocked your deep intuition and called you overly sensitive. They constantly gaslit your reality to make you doubt your own sane mind, and they slowly isolated you from anyone who could actually help you. This was a highly calculated spiritual attack. They needed you to feel entirely powerless. But here is the massive truth they desperately tried to hide from you. They did not hate you for being weak or fragile. They absolutely hated you for exposing their hidden darkness. Your pure presence made them incredibly uncomfortable because your authentic light forced them to confront the ugly demons they kept buried deep inside their souls. You are a profound weapon of pure light. You carry a frequency that naturally dismantles fake illusions. The narcissists realized this dangerous fact very quickly. They understood that if you ever woke up to your true power, you would easily walk away and leave them alone in their miserable reality. So they built an invisible cage of deep guilt for you. Now, they are watching your painful withdrawal from afar, and they are completely panicking right now. Your deep silence is absolutely terrifying to them because they can no longer manipulate a person who simply refuses to engage with their endless drama. You finally cut the heavy cords. Your quiet authority is now a sharp sword that protects your peace. Take a deep breath right here. Feel the magnificent power of your own spiritual boundaries. You are no longer the naive empath who begged for their basic respect, but you are stepping into the fierce identity of a true cycle breaker. The toxic patterns that destroyed your ancestors stop entirely with you today. You are the definitive end of their reign. But I must warn you about a fatal trap right now. Do not celebrate your complete victory just yet. There is a massive illusion waiting right around the corner, and 99% of chosen ones fall for this exact trick right before their breakthrough. The dark forces are extremely desperate. They are setting up a brilliant deception today. As your frequency rises higher into the spiritual realms, the enemy will try to send a counterfeit blessing directly into your new life. They will wrap a toxic package in beautiful wrapping paper. They want to test your new boundaries. If you blindly accept this fake offer, you will completely reset your healing progress and delay your true divine reward. This counterfeit will look exactly like everything you ever prayed for. It might be a person from your past returning with empty apologies, or it might be an opportunity that seems perfect but feels slightly wrong in your gut. You must absolutely trust your deep intuition when this moment arrives. Do not ignore that quiet inner warning. They desperately want you to compromise your high standards one last time. They are betting that your deep loneliness will make you settle for their fake illusion before the real blessing actually arrives. But you must firmly hold the line today. Your absolute refusal to accept anything less than divine alignment is the final key to your real freedom. Your silence is your ultimate power now. Let them wonder why you stopped fighting their petty wars. Let them be utterly confused by your perfect peace. You do not owe them any explanations for your magnificent growth, because you have finally graduated from their painful school of severe emotional trauma. The universe is completely removing their access to you. The dark storm is rapidly clearing from your wide horizon. The heavy chains of their toxic manipulation are completely dissolving into dust. You are breathing fresh air for the first time in many long years, and your healed lungs are finally filling with the pure breath of heaven. Prepare yourself for the next massive revelation today. Keep listening very closely to this sacred message. The beautiful truth about your new reality is unfolding right before your eyes. You have fought a brutal spiritual war, and you have finally won. The narcissists have officially lost their favorite target forever, and now it is time to look at the glorious future God has specifically designed for you. The intense darkness of your past is finally behind you now. Your heavy season of weeping is officially over, and the glorious dawn is breaking across your spiritual horizon today. But heaven never leaves you entirely in the dark, without clear guidance. The universe is actively trying to communicate its profound love to you through highly specific signs right now. You have been asking for a clear confirmation. You begged God to show you that your massive breakthrough is actually real. I am here to tell you that the signs are literally everywhere around you. The Creator is deliberately leaving divine breadcrumbs on your path. You simply need to open your spiritual eyes to see the absolute truth of your new reality. Have you been seeing repeating numbers everywhere lately? You glance at the clock and see 11, 11, or perhaps 3:33 constantly. These are definitely not random coincidences on a digital screen. They are powerful angel numbers. They are direct messages from the heavenly realms, confirming that your frequency is perfectly aligned with pure divine favor today. When you see 1111, heaven is urgently reminding you that a major manifestation portal is actively open for you right now. Your deep thoughts are creating your physical reality at lightning speed. When you see 777, it is a magnificent confirmation that you are walking the exact path God designed for your grand destiny. You are completely on track. But the signs are not just in the numbers. Have you noticed how strangely peaceful you feel even when chaos happens around you? A situation that would have completely destroyed you a year ago barely moves your spirit today. This incredible emotional stability is not an accident. It is the solid evidence of the heavy spiritual armor God just placed on you. Another major sign is the sudden urge to completely clear your physical space. You suddenly want to throw away old clothes, delete ancient text messages, and completely remove clutter from your lonely room. This deep desire to purge your environment is your spirit actively making physical room for the massive blessings that are currently rushing towards your new timeline. You are also experiencing a profound shift in your deep desires. The superficial things that used to matter so much to you suddenly feel entirely empty. You no longer crave the loud validation of the noisy crowd. Instead, you crave deep authenticity, profound peace, and quiet alignment. This means your soul has completely matured beyond the petty illusions of the dark world. God is fiercely whispering to your spirit in the quiet moments. Do you feel that sudden warmth in your chest when you think about your future? That gentle heat is the Holy Spirit literally hugging your tired soul. It is the absolute reassurance that you are deeply loved, entirely protected, and profoundly chosen for a massive assignment in this chaotic world. Take a very deep breath and let this ultimate truth settle deep within your core right now. Every single tear you cried in secret was actually watering the divine seeds of your future massive wealth. The painful waiting season was never a rejection. It was a rigorous preparation protocol to ensure you could successfully handle the extreme weight of God's glorious glory. Before we go any further, I need you to consciously lock in this magnificent energy. Hit subscribe right now to establish a divine energy receiving station for your life. This simple action tells the universe that you are fully open and ready. It anchors your spirit to this high frequency and actively blocks the dark forces from stealing your new peace today. Now listen closely to this crucial point. The counterfeit trap I warned you about earlier is about to present itself very soon. The toxic people from your painful past might suddenly try to reach out right as your blessing arrives. They will sense your rising light and desperately try to pull you back down into their heavy darkness. You must absolutely ignore them. Their sudden return is the final test before your grand promotion. If you reply to their toxic messages or engage with their endless drama, you will fail the final exam. Your total silence is the only correct answer. By completely ignoring the fake illusions, you prove to heaven that you are finally ready to handle the real massive miracles. You have absolutely no idea how incredibly close you are right now. The massive doors of pure heaven are literally swinging wide open for you in this exact, glorious second. The heavy spiritual block that kept you broke and lonely is completely gone. You are stepping into a golden era of profound love and extreme generational wealth today. Do not take your eyes off this screen, because the most important part is coming right now. I am about to deliver the ultimate revelation that will finally complete your spiritual upgrade. Prepare your brave heart to receive the supreme power of the Chosen One. Your old identity is completely dying, and your true kingdom reality is officially beginning. The time for waiting is officially over. The dry desert you walked through has suddenly burst into a massive oasis of divine favor, and every single closed door is being blown off its hinges right now. Can you feel that profound shift in your spirit today? That is the exact frequency of absolute victory washing over your entire being. You are no longer the broken empath who begged to be understood. The brutal crucible of pain has successfully forged you into the untouchable master of your reality. From this magnificent moment on, your energy demands absolute respect without a single word spoken, because the heavy chains of your old identity are completely shattered on the floor. Here is the massive truth you have waited for all this time. The reason those toxic people walked away was never because your vibration was too low, but they fled in absolute terror because your holy light was entirely too blinding for their demons. That painful isolation was heaven activating the ultimate protection protocol for your fragile soul. And the fatal trap I desperately warned you about earlier is completely dismantled now. When the counterfeit suddenly appears from your dark past, you will not even flinch. You will look at their fake illusions with perfect clarity and absolute disgust, while your complete silence will permanently lock them out of your glorious new timeline. The silence after the brutal storm hits entirely different when you finally realize you were the storm all along. You became the sharp weapon you were desperately trying to survive. Your quiet authority terrifies the enemy because they can no longer manipulate what they cannot access, and you are permanently out of their dark reach today. You did not break under the immense pressure. You magnificently evolved into a spiritual giant. Heaven is actively preparing a massive table for you, right in the glorious presence of your defeated enemies. They are forced to watch you receive the exact kingdom, wealth, and profound love they tried so desperately to steal from your hands. The massive generational wealth transfer has just been fully approved in your holy name. The divine kingdom connection you have cried for is literally stepping into your physical reality right now. Every single tear you shed in the dark is being repaid with massive dividends of pure joy, while you are stepping into the exact timeline you were born to rule. A fully healed person no longer tolerates terrible confusion disguised as love. You will never again tolerate blatant disrespect disguised as brutal honesty. Your high frequency automatically repels anything that does not serve your highest kingdom purpose, and you are wearing a heavy crown of divine favor that absolutely nobody can ever take off. The pitch-black darkness has completely retreated behind your back. The brilliant dawn of your new golden era is shining its brightest rays directly onto your spiritual crown. You are standing at the absolute pinnacle of your glorious awakening right now, and the entire universe is giving you a massive standing ovation for your incredible bravery. Do you feel that incredible fire burning deep inside your chest today? That is the literal breath of the Holy Spirit completely filling your healed lungs. It is washing away every last drop of your lingering self-doubt and heavy anxiety, while you are standing in the purest light of God's mad and relentless love for your beautiful soul. You are the brilliant cycle breaker that your future generations will thank forever. You took the heavy curse of your entire bloodline and completely crushed it under your feet. Your children and their children will walk in absolute freedom because you bravely fought this invisible war alone, so your legacy of pure light is permanently secured. To firmly lock in this glorious frequency and create an absolute shield of divine protection, you must take a physical action. The enemy wants you to passively listen and simply forget this holy moment. But you must consciously anchor this immense power into your physical reality right now, and you must physically claim your massive kingdom inheritance today. Your spiritual receiver is perfectly tuned to the highest frequency of pure abundance. The heavy static of your painful past trauma is completely gone forever. You are now a massive magnet for everything divine, wealthy, and profoundly beautiful, while the Creator is smiling directly at you with overwhelming pride and absolute joy right now. Prepare your open hands to receive the massive overflow of God's abundant grace today. The grand miracle is no longer stuck behind a heavy iron wall. It is violently flooding into your open living room right now, so stay locked into this exact frequency, because the final closing seal is about to be placed upon your beautiful spirit. Welcome to your magnificent new reality in this moment today. The heavy storm has finally passed, and the dark clouds are completely gone from your sky. You are standing in the purest light of divine favor right now. And heaven is actively rejoicing over your incredible victory today. You fought a brutal spiritual war for many long years. You fought this massive battle entirely by yourself, but you finally emerged as a brilliant master today. Take one final deep breath of this pure, fresh air. The intense pain you carried for so long is fully validated and officially removed today. You no longer have to carry the heavy burdens of your broken family or your toxic past. God has completely wiped the slate clean for your beautiful soul. You are walking into a brand new chapter filled with absolute peace and massive joy. You are the true master of your reality now. You will never return to that dark place of heavy isolation or bitter tears again. You are fully equipped to walk in supreme confidence and quiet authority everywhere you go. The dark narcissists can never touch your pure energy again because your high frequency is entirely too blinding for them. You are completely safe from their dark attacks today. Look at your completely open hands right now. They are physically ready to receive the massive generational wealth that heaven promised you. The heavy iron wall is gone, and the abundant rivers are finally flowing freely. God is pouring out an absolute overflow of pure prosperity upon your tired soul today. You absolutely deserve every single drop of this grand financial miracle, and the deep love you have been desperately seeking is finally here. The universe is aligning a collision of two completely whole and healed masterpieces today. Your true kingdom connection is stepping into your current timeline right now. You will never again have to beg for basic human decency or minimum respect. You are about to experience a profound love that actively heals your deep scars. But you must physically lock this powerful reality into place today. You must prove to the universe that you fully accept this divine promotion. The enemy wants you to passively listen and simply forget this holy moment. I need you to make a bold declaration of absolute faith right now. You must consciously anchor this immense power into your physical reality immediately. Type Amen down in the comments to officially seal this glorious reality. Do it right now to activate the absolute flow of God's massive favor in your life. When you type that simple word, you are signing a holy spiritual contract. Your physical action creates a massive energetic boundary that absolutely nothing can ever penetrate. You are permanently claiming your huge kingdom inheritance today. Now listen very closely to my final vital instruction. If this fiery message has reignited the powerful faith inside your tired soul today, you absolutely cannot keep it completely to yourself. There is another rare soul out there bleeding in the dark of deep despair right now. They are desperately needing a powerful guiding light. They are crying out to heaven just like you did. Share this video with someone who deeply needs it to multiply your own blessing. Send this exact frequency to a broken heart who needs to hear the absolute truth today. Sowing this beautiful seed of hope right now is actively multiplying the massive blessing for your own future tomorrow. Step into your high calling as a brilliant warrior of pure light. I declare massive abundance over your beautiful life right now. I speak perfect peace over your anxious mind and your weary physical body. May every single closed door suddenly swing wide open for your grand destiny. May the Creator surround you with fiercely loyal people who deeply protect your precious heart. Your heavy days of bitter weeping are permanently finished forever. May the universe completely restore everything the dark forces stole from your life. I command total healing over your nervous system and your exhausted spirit. You are my beloved child, and you are fiercely protected by the highest angelic armies today. Walk out of this lonely room with your head held incredibly high. You are the ultimate victor of this grand spiritual war. Do not let anyone ever make you feel small or insignificant again. You carry the heavy crown of the brave chosen one. You carry the glorious light of 1,000 burning suns right inside your fully healed chest. The entire world is about to witness your spectacular rise from the dark ashes. You are the definitive end of the ancient generational curse in your bloodline. Let your pure light shine so blindingly bright that it completely shatters the darkness forever. You are the magnificent beginning of a wealthy and beautiful new timeline. Heaven is standing right beside you for the rest of your earthly journey. You have officially won the final spiritual battle. Please rest in your perfect divine peace today. I will see you in the glorious new kingdom.